Hello children, welcome to Alternative English class, and I am your teacher Siddharth sir, and I will be explaining you today the story Verger written by William Somerset Maugham. So this video will be the first part of explanation where I will explain you the 50% of the story, and the rest 50% of the story will be explained in the next video, which I will upload and share to you on Friday. So this video will be the only first part of the explanation of the story Verger. Alright, so I have to explain you first by telling you that Verger is a person who works in the church, who does menial jobs like cleaning the church, taking care of the church. Whenever there is a program like a funeral or a christening ceremony, he would arrange the seat, he'll mop the floor, he'll take care of the people. All right, and when everything is done, when the program is over, he will keep the church again tidy, clean, in its proper position, and then at last he leaves. So the story is about Verger, a poor person who worked at Saint Peter Church in London. It is in Neville Square. So Albert Edward Foreman is the Verger, and he's the main protagonist or the main character of the story. All right, and he's really a wonderful character. I really love it personally, reading him. So Mom has very wisely and very nicely created this character. All right, and he's an illiterate person. He did not know how to read and write. Albert Edward Foreman works there in the church, Saint Peter Church, Neville Square, with lot of pride. Okay, he did his job very nicely, and he wore gown. You know, gown, the cloth which he used to wear is known as the gown. And for 16 years he had worn a lot of gowns, and some of the gown got worn out, but he never threw them off. He would wash it well, iron it, wrapped in a brown paper, and keep in the bottom drawer of his wardrobe. That means he loved his gown, he loved his place, he loved his work. Okay, he had been working there for 16 years, and he had a lot collection of his gowns. So the story started from the christening ceremony. So there was christening ceremony going on where a baby boy or a girl would be given name. In our culture we call it namkaran. So he was very busy arranging the program. He organized the program, like he arranged everything. He had arranged the chair, table, he mopped the floor, he cleaned the chair, table, he dusted over the church. After the program was over, he was cleaning, and he was thirsty as well as hungry. He wanted to go home, but he cannot go home until and unless everyone from the church leaves. But the vicar was still there, and now let me tell you who is the vicar. Vicar is the head of the church, the priest. He was still there, and this vicar is a new vicar. Okay, and this new vicar is quite strict. Okay, he is adamant, short temper, and he lives on his principles, whereas the old vicar was kind-hearted, understanding, compassionate. So this new vicar is red-faced man with 40 years almost of his age, energetic, and he was new to the church. He had been recently appointed, and he was poking his nose everywhere. That means in every activities of the church he used to involve himself. All right, and Albert Edward really missed the old vicar. He was really good, but the new vicar quite strict, and Albert Edward thought that he will need some time to adjust with him and the other people of the church. Albert Edward always did his job perfectly without any complaint. Now he had an interaction with the vicar. You know, he was very hungry, he wanted to go home, and he could see that the new vicar has not left, he was still there. So the new vicar came to talk to Albert Edward Foreman, the Verger. Okay, remember that Albert Edward Foreman is the name of the Verger. So the vicar, the head of the church, came to meet the Verger. So the vicar came to meet the Verger. So, and the Verger was working, and he wanted to go home, but he had to stay until vicar leaves. The vicar starts the conversation that please come with me to the vestry. Now what is the vestry? Where is the vestry? Vestry is the office room of the church where the vicar sits. So the vicar took Albert Edward Foreman to the vestry, and already there the two church wardens were sitting. Church wardens and vicar are the member of the committee who looks after the church, and they take important decisions. So why today the church wardens were sitting there? What is the reason? Verger is thinking, all right, that there must be some important decision to be taken. Otherwise the vicar and the church wardens do not sit together. They sit when there is something important to discuss. And he was thinking all that, but he was not showing any symptoms of worry. He was standing there with lot of dignity, with lot of respect. He was standing there, and Albert Edward Foreman was really a brave person. And the two church warden were not so happy. Maybe it seems that the vicar had forced them to sit there, and vicar had forced them to agree upon what vicar wants to decide. Okay, Edward Foreman was thinking all these things, and church wardens were also equally old as they Verger had been working there, maybe 16 years old. Albert Edward was wondering that there is something uneasy going on, but he knew something trouble was going to start. But Albert Edward Foreman was completely dignified. He maintained his self dignity, and he was not showing any thoughts on his face. All right. And before working in Saint Peter Church at Neville Square, Albert Edward Foreman was working as a page boy. He was working as a butler, and then at last he took this position of verger at Saint Peter Square Church. All right. He was tall, dignified, and clean-cut, distinguished face features, and Albert Edward Foreman looked like a duke, like a king. If there is a drama going on, if there is a play going on, if he takes the role of a duke or a king, he would better suit, because he looks like a king, he looks like a prince. And he was so tactful, firm, self-assured, and his character is unimpeachable, irreproachable. Now the vicar starts saying that, Albert Edward Foreman, you have worked here for 16 years and your work is fantastic. We really like your work. But the fact is that I came to know that you are illiterate. Verger, I came to know that you are illiterate, you don't know reading and writing, and in such a fashionable church, if you don't know reading and writing, it will be a trouble. Therefore, I'm giving you 3 months of time, you learn reading and writing, and then you can continue your job. But the verger was adamant. He said, in 16 years of time, I have never, in my job, I never wanted, there is no want of reading and writing, because I have to clean the church, mop, dust, keep things arranged. There I don't need reading and writing, and the old vicar knew it, and there was no problem. But if you have problem, and if you are giving me 3 months of time to learn reading and writing, I would rather say no, you better find a replacement. I will not work. He spoke in a very polite manner, because he said, I'm an old dog to learn new tricks. And he rejected the proposal, and he wanted to leave the job. Okay, now he wanted to leave the job. Now the fact is that what he will do, he is in his mid-age, he is illiterate. If he leaves this job, what he is going to do, what he will earn, okay, how he will earn? He has to run his family, and the savings will not go for so long. So he had to do something. He very bravely told the vicar that I will not work, you find my replacement. I will no longer learn reading and writing. That's okay, fine. But what he is going to do now? Where he will go? As a person like him, nobody will give him a job. So in the next video, the mystery will be solved. In the next video, I will tell you what he did for living. Did he become successful, or he had to embrace poverty? Because the savings which he had done for 16 years will not go forever, right? So what he has done to survive? Has any miracle happened? Or he had to be a poor person, a jobless person? All these questions will be solved in the next video. I hope you have liked this video. In this video, what did I explain you? In this video, I have explained you that Albert Edward Foreman was a verger in the church, Saint Peter Church at Neville Square, London. He was a good verger. He keeps the church clean, tidy. He arranged the church very well, all right. But unfortunately, the new vicar did not like that the verger is illiterate, so he asked him to learn reading and writing within 3 months, and the verger rejected the proposal. He said that I would rather leave the job than reading and writing, because I'm an old dog to learn new tricks. Okay, I tried a lot to learn, but it did not happen. It will not happen. I would rather leave the job. So he decided to leave the job. But after leaving his job, what he's going to do is a big question, and this question will be answered in the next video. Stay tuned to watch the next video and get your answers. I hope you have liked the video, and I hope that you have understood it, what I'm trying to explain. Thank you for watching. Please watch the next video for understanding the full chapter, for understanding the full story of Verger. Okay, thank you.